Okay, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Brett Richmond, Director of Partner Sales. I want to thank you all for joining us here this morning or afternoon, depending on where you're located on the map, and for those international clients, evening. Today, I would like to welcome you to view the SOS partnership opportunity that we're extending to yourselves, companies like yourselves that have come here today to look to see what we have to offer. Now, normally, the itinerary of a webinar like this is just to give you a high-level view of the partnership and go over facts and statistics. I'm actually going to take it a different direction today, and I'm going to give you a low-level view on a specific basis of looking at not only the proposition and looking at a lot of the software and technology, but also giving you an idea of some pricing, which is usually delegated to a partner specialist that you'll be assigned to upon conclusion of this webinar. So I'm going to do my best to crunch all of this into as much information for you in this short time slot. And I'm going to welcome all of you to go ahead and ask questions as they come about. I'll pause in between sections to effectively answer those. But I've done this several times, and I think I'm pretty good at wrapping up this into one discussion for you. So sit back, enjoy, and I look forward to hearing some of the feedback from you as you go along. So SOS, basically the premise of this webinar would be to supercharge your revenue. We're all in this to make money, okay? And not only just to make money, but also to make and give a great solution to the customer base, because money does not come without reliable software. SOS, about us as far as a company, we've been around 11 years in this industry, which is very significant if you're doing that assessment of who to partner up with the best product, because we've been in this space long enough to be reviewed by all the creditable agencies, whether it's Laptop Mag, PC Mag, who's both rated us Editor's Choice for the last 5 years running, in addition to more recently New York Times and Wall Street Journal, who had indicated we are the online backup provider. So on this form that you see in front of you, there are several statistics that you can read from. But you know, I really think that it's meaningful that we have those awards, but more from a partner perspective, because the partner channel in our business drives about 90% of our company revenue. This is much different than the average online backup provider, who is more generally focused with their company name, okay? We're going a different way. We're focused with your brand recognition. We're going to leverage our award-winning infrastructure and give you the ability of leveraging that to your customer base while assisting you from start to finish. I'm going to show you some of the details of what I mean by that soup to nuts mentality, really from start to finish. We've got almost everything you need to drive this business quickly and efficiently. So as a company, I've mentioned we've been around 12 years. We're very large, over 200 employees. We have a customer base of over 12 million people, 3 million with 12 million PCs. We've experienced exponential growth over the last year of 300% during what we would call a recession since 2009, which is a direct indicator of our partner success. And moving on, the next step here is that we're going to take a fully rebranded solution, and we're going to give you that award-winning infrastructure, okay? So where does it start? It starts with that rebranded client software piece. And I want to give you an example of that in a second, but let me tell you a little bit about how we do this from start to finish. We're going to take a client software application, we're going to rebrand it completely, okay? We're going to reskin that to get it exactly the way that you want it, all right? We're going to take that software piece, we're going to make it available to every one of your customers so that they can push it out to their customer base, okay? Excuse me, having a little technical difficulty here, so I'm gonna move on to the next step here. So as you can see on your screen here, we're gonna take that piece of software and we're gonna allow you to push it across your customer base and chop it up in increments, that space that you're gonna be selling to your customers at any amount that you want, okay? So you're gonna take a certain amount of space, you're gonna chop it up, and charge whatever you want, incremental revenue, high margin, reoccurring revenue. I'm going to get off this screen here, and I'm going to go down to some of the facts here of just showing you exactly how we're going to do this. So what you should see in front of you is the SOS brand, okay, on my computer screen right here. This is the wizard. This is the application that's won all those awards. And we're going to completely reskin it here so that you can see it, all right? I'm going to show you an example of what I mean by the reskin process, because talking through it only does so much, all right? This is an example of a company by the name of Adobe. And Adobe decided for the full rebrand, which 99.9% of our partners choose. They have been completely enabled in this product. SOS has been completely eliminated, all right? The only place where SOS will stay present is going to be in that EULA agreement, where we're going to be shielding you from any kind of liability, all right? But it does no good to have that SOS presence in that software because you're the ones that are going to be marketing it to your customer base, all right? Now, I mentioned our mentality, which is pretty much the soup to nuts. We go beyond the award-winning infrastructure of the software application and the the data centers. We have 11 data centers across the globe with global presence internationally and here domestically. But we're going to also help you with the sales and marketing collateral, okay? This is going to save you a ton of time. So let me show you one example, one piece here. This is a product sheet that we made for a company by the name of Keeltech. And Keeltech, they decided to go with this product sheet here, this brochure that they market out. And you can see page 1 has the list of feature sets that they can offer with a copy of their wizard screen. And also, they have backside to more features in system requirements, okay? That's one of many. Where the value lies and what's unique to our partnership is going to be located here on the Partner Resource Center. So for a minute, I want you just to visualize the amount of time that it would take for you guys to build a lot of this documentation from the ground up. If we're truly in a partnership and we truly are serious about that revenue growth within that 90% mentality, we're going to give you access to everything we've found successful over the last year of business. You can see here everything from email templates, pricing guidelines, sales presentations, everything that you're going to need to hit the ground running with this, we're going to provide you with. That's going to save you just a ton of time when you analyze adding this seamlessly into your current operation. Now, that's the #1 hurdle for many of these partners that we're dealing with right now, and maybe even yourselves. How much time is this going to take to integrate into what I'm currently doing? There's really no 25th hour in the day, is there? I barely have time to sleep. And that's the truth. You guys work hard. I'm in the same business as you are, so I understand what it's like. But if you actually had to do a lot of this from the ground up, it would take you a ton of time. So we want to make this as simple as possible for you. You're going to have access to every one of these documents in Word format, whatever it may be, so you can put your brand look and feel on that and market it to your customer base. All right? In addition to that, we're going to train you extensively on this. This is adding even more to the business in a box mentality that we have. We're going to train you extensively on this so that you know how to sell this, how to market it, and how to provide that Tier 1 support from a technical perspective. All right? So we take you through, part of the partnership involves a series of interactive webinars where we'll take you through all 3 of those aspects, the sales, marketing, and technical training. We want you to be as empowered as possible with this. Even with no technical background that I had, I picked this up in 30 days. So with you, I would think the learning curve would be even shorter than that. If you have staff members that are going to be involved with this, and they can't make the webinars, which they'll have access to on an ongoing basis, they'll have ongoing access to recorded trainings, product data sheets, training presentations, documents and manuals, just a ton of value here. I think all of you have got the point here. I can move on from this point. So Let's get back to the software application and talk about features. Okay, what's going to allow you to provide full business continuity to those SMB customers, those small office, home offices? What's going to allow you to do that? Well, I think full business continuity means giving them the ability to back up every machine in their network at no extra cost. Okay, I'm a firm believer that unlimited computers is a pretty good selling point. This is how we form the partnership. We're never going to charge you any licensing fees, all right? So that's definitely an economic plus, all right? But also it's a definite marketing plus. See, the power of that marketing presence that you're going to have on every system and every network with your customized software application is going to be dynamic, I feel, all right? Again, another piece to the full business continuity would be providing for a local backup. We all know that nothing replaces the speed of a local restore. And I would be giving you bad information or bad advice if I told you to completely move away from a local backup option. That's definitely a cornerstone that needs to be done or taken care of in order to round off that continuity. So we've baked that utility into the software application at no extra cost, which allows you to really seal up the full product offering right here with that. So this local backup, you can point to any device other than tape. It will fully encrypt and password protect that data prior to pushing it to any drive of your choice. So anything other than tape, whether it's a NAS device, an external, a thumb, a disk, whatever you're pushing it to, that's going to be fully encrypted, password protected, so if those drives are taken off-site and lost or stolen, that information is safe and secure. In addition, let's show you the online backup portion because that's where the value lies. That local option will be subject to whatever local damage takes place, but it's a good option to have nonetheless for an expedient restore if it's just server failure. All right. So let's look at the online backup portion here with step one, the common files and folders. This is the Windows directory tree, as you can see, where you'll have the option of backing up whatever material you want, the files and folders here. Now, simply put, if Windows can see it, we'll back it up. All right? We're one of the few providers out there right now that will support for map directory backup. All right? So if you have an outside system, an NAS that you're pointing toward this Windows box, we will support that UNC path creation through that shared network folder, which is a definite plus. Many of the small office, home offices, and SMB